Okay, today is Saturday, and I'm feeling like way under the weather. I feel like I just not only got hit by a truck, but run clean over and dragged by one. I just not gonna have. I won't be at Retro tomorrow. No Retro Fitness tomorrow. I had to go to the hospital. I had to have surgery. My gallbladder I had to have it removed. Which I had put off and tried everything I could to avoid having done. I actually was able to hold it at bay for a couple of years without any problems. But what I did was, as typically most people will do, I fell into the trap where what I had been doing to alleviate any agony from the gallbladder or the gallstones, any of the symptoms. Didn't get rid of them, but it softened them so they didn't hurt. The green apple a day thing, it works. And the specialist that I talked to, one of the surgeons, I told him, I said, you're going to think this is bullshit, and I explained to him what I had done and why I was able to put it off for so long. And he said, I don't think it's bullshit at all. In fact, I totally believe that. The green apple a day thing, the green Granny Smith apples, it actually did soften the gallstones, but it doesn't get rid of them. They're still there, and they can still move just because you don't feel them and they don't hurt. They can still clog up the works, literally. And apparently, I hadn't suffered for so long and hadn't felt the pain, and I stopped eating the green apples every day. And when I stopped eating the green apples every day, I continued to eat anything I wanted to eat. Previously, when you have, gallbladder issues, you have to alter your diet. That's one way you can avoid problems. And I did that. I altered the diet, but at the same time, I did some research and looked for some way to remedy it or deal with it myself. I actually thought it was an acceptable remedy because of the success I had experienced or thought I was experiencing with it, because it alleviated all the pain. It took probably 4 months of the green apples every single day, but it did the deal. And it worked so well, in fact, that I was able to actually start to eat the very foods that had, caused me a great deal of pain previously, prior to my green apple regimen. There were specific food items and things that were trigger foods that would flare it up and cause a lot of pain, because the gallbladder releases additional bile into the intestine to deal with any fatty type of meal or anything like that. It's signaled that it needs a little bit of extra hit or some fatty stuff coming through here and need a little bit of help with digestion. So the stones, because they're hard, you can feel that shit, it hurts. Well, pretty much my gallbladder seemed to be working. I could eat whatever, but I had stopped eating the green Granny Smith apples. And I was drinking a good deal of apple juice, and I was mainly, not solely, which is another issue, but mainly I was working with pressed apples, juice from pressed apples, not concentrate. And I thought that seemed to be holding it off, but it wasn't. It wasn't. And the other night, I just got a huge bout of pain because I had decided I'm going to have a few pieces of pizza. Well, I ate 3 pieces of pizza. And number one, I don't need to eat 3 pieces of pizza anyway, right? I mean, I'm not crazy lean as it is. I really can't afford to eat 3 pieces of pizza and just go to bed at night, right? Well, I ate 3 pieces of pizza around 9 o'clock, and usually it takes a long time. But I had been feeling kind of strange earlier in the week. Not pain, no pain, but just feeling odd. Like, I don't know, just felt different in my stomach, just felt different. My digestive system, not painful. And this was probably what was going on, was one of these stones, a fairly large one. Gallbladder's kind of small, so it's all, relative. But one of them had positioned itself in the duct. It had fallen down like it was almost clogging the duct, restricting the duct, the bottom of where the gallbladder empties out. And that pizza was all it needed, because now it triggered the gallbladder to release some extra bile, and it couldn't get through or whatever the problem. But then it was no more secret. I was in a lot of pain, much, much worse than it had previously been. But previously, an attack could last 4 hours, but it usually came on hours after a trigger food. This happened almost immediately, within an hour, so it was different. And the pain was extreme, much worse. It was pretty bad, normally it would be pretty bad before, as I can recall. It's been a long time. But this was really bad. And I decided I was going to try and wait it out. I knew what it was. I thought I'd wait it out. So I waited it out, and I waited all night, and I couldn't sleep all night. So I was up all night, till daybreak, and then decided, said to Val, hey, I need to go to the hospital. And we went to the hospital. I mean, I was in scale 1 to 10, I was about a 9 on the pain scale, and I have a pretty high tolerance of pain, which is, why I was able just to hang around all night in pain. So I get to the hospital, and they start to check everything out, and that's what the deal was. And they said, one of these stones has moved now, and they showed me right on they could do it with sonogram, and you could see it. And they said, it's very clear, here's the stone, and they showed it to me. It made perfect sense. I could see very clearly what they were pointing at. The pictures were great. The images were great. And so I said, well, what's the remedy? And he said, well, we have to take it out. I said, well, is there something I can do in the meantime? Or he said, there is no meantime. We have to take it out like now. So I can't laugh. So that's what happened. They took it out. So now I'm in an extreme amount of pain. Not as bad, not a 9, but probably 5. But it's persistent, maybe 4 or 5. And yeah, I have pain meds, but I took them, the first day and the second day, but I haven't taken them as of when I woke this morning. I stopped them. So I'm not taking the pain meds because I don't want to complicate issues by having problems with constipation or any of this other bullshit, because I'm in a lot of pain. I can barely stand the cough because I have like 4 punctures. And on top of that, I had a very, very small umbilical hernia that really wasn't causing any problem. But the doctor offered to fix it on his way out. When he was closing up, after he removed the gallbladder, he had said he would, take care of it if I wanted. So I said, that'd be awesome. So I had that done too. So I'm dealing with this, I just had this hernia repair, and I've got 4 basically stab wounds all in my abdomen. So I'm in a lot of pain. So won't be any retro tomorrow. And, pain's a hell of a motivator. And when you get older and you realize your mortality and things start to change, and now, they're taking body parts out of you, that's, makes you reflect on things a little differently. And it actually has made me think, maybe, I hadn't been under anesthesia since I was a child. So I didn't know what was going to happen, They're asking me, you have any problems with anesthesia or anything? I don't, not that I'm aware of. Been a long time. And I started thinking, I don't think I'm living my life correctly. I think that sometimes I'm hypocritical. No, I don't think it. I know I am. And sometimes I'm judgmental. And I think everybody is, but if there's something that a person can do about it, to minimize some of it, to cast some of it off, it's probably a good thing to do. So I think I need to work on all that, before my time here on this planet's over. And the other thing I think I'm going to do is, I don't think I am going to do it. Switch more, move even further into the vegan type of lifestyle, and, more plant-based nutrition. And right now I'm about 60% of my daily intake comes from plants normally, typically, and I think I'm going to turn that up a little more because I haven't really lost any size at 60% coming from plants. My protein intake from animal sources is vastly reduced. I don't eat red meat, haven't had red meat in over a year. I think that I'm going to probably cut out all meats. Like now I have. I'm not going to return to that. My diet will have to be different now anyway. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and stick with protein powder or higher quality protein powder like EFX. I like that protein powder that they sent me. I think I'm probably going to use that for a bit as I feel my way through with this. But yeah, we'll see what happens. There's some other kind of training I want to do anyway. So we'll see. But I definitely am going to lean down and get into a lot better shape. And I want to make it kind of like something that I can invite everybody to join me in. And you don't have to have the same diet as me. You don't have to eat all the plant stuff I'm going to eat. I'm not trying to push that on anybody. As Lord knows, I've eaten enough animals in my time here that just because I decide that it's not the best thing for me anymore, I don't have any room to tell anybody else what to do about what they eat. Not when you think of the huge amount that I ate of red meat and every other thing in my lifetime, right, until just the past 2 years. So I think I'm going to do start to make like break it down into episodes of actually getting into shape, show you what I actually look like, in my boxers or whatever. And that way you can actually see how it's done and you can do it along with me. I'm talking about the cardio part. The dietary thing, I'll do like a POV thing with taking you through the first cardio session. I'll show you how I do effective cardio. And then, of course, you guys are more than welcome to, send me some feedback about what you might do differently or what you found works for you or whatever, right? So I think we'll do something like that. And just, if you want to join me, then that's cool. And if not, I'll still put it out there and we'll see what the end result is. I don't fathom that it'll take very long for me to get in a really good shape. But, yeah, I'm going to make a lot of changes now. So, and I'm going to do some more activities that I enjoy doing that are, physically demanding, that are not bodybuilding. Still going to lift weights. I'm always going to lift weights. I've damaged my body enough through lifting weights over the past nearly 30 years, to be honest with you, that if I were to atrophy too much or just stop, because I have tried that before too, once I stopped for a period of 3 years, and it didn't work very well for me because I have a lot of issues, skeletal, mechanical damages that I've done, havoc I've wrecked on my body, that without the musculature to hold that shit together, it would become a problem. With the musculature, I don't even realize it, So we'll get into all that later, more detailed stuff. But basically, this is just to say, that's what's going on. So if I seem to be off the grid a little bit for a while, out of the loop, please cut me some slack. That's what's going on. I feel pretty bad right now, physically. And I don't know how long that'll happen. I'm hoping, that I'll be feeling a lot better over the next few days. We'll see how fast I heal. Anyway, no retro fitness tomorrow, that's for sure. I don't even feel like going anywhere in a car. I don't even feel like doing anything but just hanging around home. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day.